Alright, let's get started. Get set up a little bit. Welcome, and for some people who've been following, welcome back. As you may notice on the bottom left, I have a new thing, and if you notice by the thumbnail, new things all around. We're heading into Shadowbringers. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get my red mage to proper level, so we'll be doing white mage for 99% of the stream. But the story must go on. Alright, to Shadowbringers. The Doctor is itching to share what appears to be good news. Good news, Broford. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for the beacon. Apparently our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. Path I doubt we'd ever have found had the Ironworks and the Suns not added their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. And we should go and give them a hand. Sounds like T-sword. Alright. Let's go help. My thoughts exactly. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner you can travel to wherever it is this mysterious voice is coming from. And so we can work out how to help our friends. We have to find a way to wake them up, and before the Empire comes crawling again, meaning we have no time to lose. There's a boat in the North Siltier waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. I still love that the Crystal Tower is like important to like the very beginning of this, even though it was like technically a side thing. I wonder if the story would treat it as if you knew it, even if you didn't do the side quest. Oh yeah, it's just right there. I totally spaced that we were quite literally next to the Crystal Tower. That's hilarious. Hello, you. Heading to survey site? Yes. Let's go survey the shit out of this site. New locations. Or it might be an old one. I haven't been to the Crystal Tower in years. Who's all here? Well, that's exciting. We'll see Nero again if that's the case. Especially since that's the last time we all saw him. It wraps right around to being important.
Look how many people there are. Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Ah, Biggs and Wedge.
Biggs! Wedge!
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business. So we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
But they went out of their way to have him appear at the end of the patch quest. Why is he not here now?
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
I enjoy that this is V8. If it's not known, I enjoy when games that have voice work just do it for the whole thing.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
I could try if you like.
Taru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
I just like fall over. That's what I was imagining as I was like slow walking, as like just tumbles over, like soul gets ripped out. What do we have here? What's this?
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in.
But the point is to venture very far in so we can get in.
What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now I have you.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
What's happening?
Stay with me. Focus on my voice.
Is it? Am I
Expanse, contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Oh, safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
Oh, at least I don't have to go inside the tower. Would have been hilarious if they created a dungeon just to get into to wherever they're sending me. Did you finally rip my soul yet?
For showing the dawn's light will shine again.
Oh, do not look at me so.
You're slaves to a tyrant! There's no freedom in that!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you!
I must say your spirited accounts always come as a welcome change.
We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
Yeah, I remember you. Not being yoinked into a new body? That'd be interesting, if like they force you to use a different character model.
Your time has not yet come.
Hey, you.
From endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Hello, Blushy. Didn't expect it to be so purple. / pink. Yeah, person. You look familiar.
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
It's night? It's bright as day, dude.
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, you, he'd reply. Yeah. Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when. You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then.
I'm good.
Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you'd best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
I love the mystery so far. They're doing a good job at giving us a mystery.
To dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy. There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light. The pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
Yeah, I thought so too. It was like, he looked exactly the same. Probably even the same pipe. Oh, the parallels. I guess this map is useless. Head to the Crystarium. Run in, da 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 da. I'm liking this music. It's very haunting. Oh, what's up there? Oh, there is no map. Okay. Okay, so over there is an actual location, but we're headed over here.
Halt!
Okay.
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not.
Well, you haven't seen my face yet, but I understand the point, yes.
This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions.
Okay.
From where do you hail?
Redownian.
Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists.
Dope.
Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
She does have a good accent. Ah, the oldest trick in the book. Seemingly attacking a person, but then attacking what's behind them. Oh no, we entered Sword Art Online, everything is turning to glitter.
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand. Ring and all.
Oh no. Way to kill a dude in seconds. After meeting him.
Everything all right, Captain?
I sort of wish they didn't show us his image. And then it would have confused me for the longest time of the point of it. And then, like, the people who truly pay attention are, like, rewarded for the fact that... but also punished at the same time for paying attention to the dude's ring. Oh, there you are.
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more.
Please know who I am. Don't.
But I see you've met my guest. I will escort him to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Oh, thank God we're not playing a song and dance. He's just gonna tell me. He's just gonna take me to the plot.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private. Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons.
You quite literally bullied me here. There is no beating around the bush. Every, like, half hour, you tried to pull my soul from my body. If you didn't do that, I would have killed Xenos. It is all your fault that I was on my knees in front of him.
I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off.
Give him an hour
that
or
you're
two.
still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with the second one. Do you have any idea how much trouble you caused?
An inkling, yes. I can only beg your forgiveness. Matters here forced my hand. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you. Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost.
Oh.
And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now. Sin Eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the First from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes.
How am I the greatest of heroes? I'm just a dude with the Echo that saved many countries.
And though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try, for in saving the First, you would bring salvation to the Source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
I enjoy that he didn't answer my question. Actually, I didn't really ask it. I suppose they actually, like, dove into proper choice to a degree of, like, what you choose sort of reflects the conversation. So we didn't even ask, hey, are the Scions here?
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion. Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol. A monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Oh, yeah, we've been living with some beast tribes. Here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. Rewards! Rewards aplenty. It's a shame I can't transfer these rewards to my red mage. The Crystal Exarch has a request for you. This one. White Oak chest gear offer. Now, a full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you first to gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Christian civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. Oh, I love that. You brought me to your place and set me loose and was like, go talk to people, learn the plot. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Ethereal, a convenience with which I am sure you are all familiar. Being the rightful object of the summoning spell, you should in theory be able to reach all the way back along the Ethereal Trail and find a connection in the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. Wait, are you saying that now that you've called us here, once I attune to that, I could quite literally go back and forth between worlds? After you have done so, walk up to the steps next to the Ethereal, head out to the left. We find our collect the crafters and gatherers. Another is in Warren. To reach him and his university, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps, take the exit on the left, and simply continue straight along down until you came to the large doors at the end of the path. So if we have easy access... okay, let me finish this first. Third and final person I should like you to meet is Briga, our man in charge of trade distribution. He is to be found in the markets, which you can access from the opposite side of the Ethereal Plaza. I'm seeking out each of the colleagues. You will visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel of the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Crystal clear. So that breaks the plot entirely. And I don't even know the plot yet. I'm just guaranteed, I'm just like sure this already breaks the plot. The layout of the Crystarium owes more to historic necessity than planning. I'm sure you'll learn its twists and turns before long. Honestly, the true challenge may be finding the right way to approach citizens. As you discovered during an encounter with the captain, people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. Why is that so hard to believe? That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There's an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. When I finish making the rounds, and meet in the large courtyard. Until then. So, this Aetherite, which can theoretically take me home. Why wasn't the dude's plan as thus? Literally reach out to all the Scions at once, and whoever bites it first, which one of them did in the why am I forgetting his name? But the first one that bites it, you effectively just tell them about this Aetherite, send them home, and then they can tell the rest of the Scions, hey, we're being pulled. The only reason they didn't do this means that something happens to the Scions on their transition here and they're scattered or something. I guess I'll go speak to some people. Oh god, I have a map to complete now. Can I just go around the corner? Is it over here? No, it's above. Probably. Guaranteed it's above. is. Ew! Give it to me. I got all these things to make it easier for me. Hey, let me in. I'm very much not following any of his directions. And for good reason. Watch him just like randomly wandering in the science or just in a meeting. Like, alright, we're in a new location. You tell me this, Richard. Does this break the plot, the fact that you can just easily go from one place to another? Am I right about that? Like a yes or no question. Or do they have a good explanation? Okay. No. Okay. They wanted me to go this way. That means someone was over here in that direction? Well, this isn't going to take me anywhere. This door isn't opening. What if I went... Did that take you somewhere? No, that door is also locked. It isn't even this person's lost. That a hole? That's a hole. Over here. A bunch of things. Oh, there's a person at this end at least. Apparently there's someone behind this door. Please open the door. Thank fucking God. Alright, who am I talking to? They're a floor up, aren't they? I do like big libraries. Look at all this knowledge. Finally, a person. You. Excuse me, sir. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? I'm quite familiar with our civic rules, you see, and, well, ahem. What I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A ruffled scroll even? A scrap of scribbled on parchment? My apologies, literature is something of an obsession of mine as well as a profession. Librarian Morin, at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for creating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for the written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic if you do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. Tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? May have a spot of academic research? Oh, so you're an interest in modern history. Splendid. Thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives, I quite agree. If you prefer something visual to accompany the accounts, then I think I would have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment and I fetch it for you. Oh. For like quite literally half a second I was expecting him to do magic and like show me a visual. Here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair, make yourself more comfortable? Ahem. On with the lesson. Oh, please do not have me read the entire history. Why couldn't you voice acted this scene? Fade out, fade into voice acting. God damn it. Alright, sit in, boys. I have to read. 100 years ago, or near enough not to matter, villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadowkeeper and steward of the Steward of Darkness. I love that phrasing. The villains known as Warriors of Light. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease until the day an enormous blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. We called this calamity the Flood of Lights. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. You think everything would be overgrown and full of light? Yet just as it seemed that all would be lost, a savior appeared before us. The Oracle of Light, she stood twixt us and approaching doom, and by power did she stay the flood. Thus was Norvent, and Norvent alone spared the fate of erasure. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange and terrible aspects to bedevil the few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the night from Norvent's sky. Even now, they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. And thus did the world become what it is again. What it is tonight. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I will be glad to retell it for you. Oh, that's great, except you didn't tell me I had to read it. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of reading already. If you would rather I speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. I would be great with company. Okay. Alright, let's go somewhere else. Okay, let's stop over here. Where are you? Okay, you around? The exit room. So we learned that light is bad, the Warriors of Light are bad, and the Oracle of Light is good? There's a big contradiction with that. Why is this place so confusing? Cool with like... Is there a third layer? What the fuck? It goes higher? This place added verticality where it didn't need it. Alright. It just keeps going. Okay, made it to the top. Surely the person is up here. At the very least, this is up here, which helps. Okay. So light is bad, but it is also good. There. Person, finally. Ugh. We're gonna see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm going to guess you're new to our fair city. Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen to find sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the sea eaters come knocking. So it's a damn sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized too, thanks to us and the mean. We work together to produce materials and resources and craft the goods which make city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mentioned or a kettle forge. Light is very bad, but is also neutral. Contradiction. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed to you on a plate like those Lumorian layabouts. Here in the Casteria, we work for a living. Okay, I'm just here to save your world. That's fine. I see you're no stranger to honest labor. You don't have that whiff of indolence about you like some old folks I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? That one location, that one you said. One of the Exarch's countrymen, you say. I see. Well, then I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him. And any friend of his is a friend of ours. It is really quite incredible when you think about it. They say this grand magic summoned, but his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. Oh, did he like No, the Crystal Tower still exists. So is like there a Crystal Tower in every world, or is it just like he created a connection point? It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their home to the flood. And that's how the Casteria began. At the Exarch's invitation, buildings started going up. With the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded into the thriving metropolis you see today. Don't say spoilers. Just don't say anything. I'll just throw my thing out there and you just be quiet. The city stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looked exactly the same as he did back then. He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homelands, then the folk here will respect your wishes for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. You ought to contribute on that front. Be sure to come back and visit once you've had a chance to settle in. I have no crafting talent. Just ask for Catalyst, and I'll find you in a niche here in the Crystal Lagoon. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Your exchange with Kraus has taught you about the life in Christianium. I'm more interested about the tower than anything that actually happened. I'm in. I'm in. Don't make a map and have openings where I should be able to walk and then not allow me to walk. Visible barriers need to be used wisely, not in the middle of a city. Did I already grab this one? I probably did. Okay. Alright. Must grab all Ethernet points. Alright. Lion dude. Braggy, what you have to brag about? New to the city, friends? The spinning head and wide eyes gives you away. You can't see my eyes. Welcome, my name is Braggy, and I'm the master of these markets. They gave the district another... They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. It's too florid by half. In case our merchants stock a range of equipment for thumbs such as yourself, so finding something in your size shouldn't be a problem. Oh. Humes. For human. Okay. They have a different language too. They have a different terminology too, which is hilarious. Great. I have to learn that. Something wrong? Let's see if we can straighten this out. So those two in front of us, the shorter one is a human like you. Taller one is an elf. Okay. That sturdy individual over there is a Galgant. Whilst the one in the horns is a Drawn. These be the same, these are the same. And then we have the large scaly chaps with long hairs and knack for raising livestock. Those would be Zun. Or Zun. God damn it. Which is apparently not the name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. Oh, the same as the Exarch, huh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much farther flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they've floundered over the simplest things. Not to worry. Should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. I will not be returning, and I'm going to forget every single one of those words. Game, you made it a point to teach us the terminology of this game for 3+ expansions. You can't go changing it on us now. Why would you do this? Why? Some things just need to be universal. Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clear picture of this world and its people? Yes, you are all wrong, and you all deserve to die. Bullshit. There shouldn't be different terminology. It should just be universal. The differences should be from the culture and the and the histories, and not from the terminology. Yes, it seems you were treated to the most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but 'twas necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. I grasped from those conversations 3 pieces of information. Light is bad when it's not, unless it's not. That you've somehow created a tower that is identical to the crystal tower from our world. So either you created the crystal tower in the first place, or you created a tower that linked it to ours. And then the third piece of information is that you are all wrong in your terminology, and you all deserve to die. Moving on. As for the crystal tower's origin, you may have noted the details were sparse. The structure is in fact the self-same one known from the source, transported to the first one in its entirety. I refuse, Richard. I just refuse. So he duplicated the tower and he transported it here, is what he's saying. It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds, something of a trial run for your... What? So instead of grabbing souls, which I understand is a vague concept, and transporting here as a first trial run, you decided to transport an entire fucking tower? What? The difference in scale there. And although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. Why did you start with a gigantic tower? No soul attached. The problem is that he could have started with, like, I don't know, a box? Some random box in a warehouse. Or a sack of gold. He chose a tower. And not just any tower. A massive crystal tower. As I requested and learned something of the world in which you find yourself, now it's time I fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained that was half the comrades. That is a conversation I would rather have in the privacy of my quarters. However, I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the guards know to admit you. Gratia? I don't know. Richard, who is Gratia? Or what is? I'm gonna go grab a drink while you answer my question, or hopefully answer my question. Oh, him! Oh, shit, that was him. Enough then with the name. Is there something I should know? Extraordinary tale, but I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when I passed into my care. When it passed my care. Maybe we can revisit that mystery another time. For now, I think it's best that we focus on the present. So, the dude trial runs teleporting a tower, but it brought people along with him anyway, unless like he didn't show up and now I was like lost into space or something. This is all confusing. Ah! Charge! More information, please. And please stop reading. Greetings, sir. The XRs await you within. Okay. This music doesn't really fit what's going on here.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study.
Oh, thank God.
We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind. Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow Scions. To put it simply, they are here in the First. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the Source.
Oh, that is so mean.
In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the First, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted. That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence, and thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time.
No, I want the passage of time to be so chaotic I return and it's the beginning of the Garlean War. That'd be hilarious.
As for your companions, however, Yustola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5. Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the First for almost a year.
At least they are reunited.
My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch. Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
Oh, so it is your fault. And the teleporting thing isn't a plot hole because it doesn't affect me. Then find a way to send him back.
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift. In that chaotic no-man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass. In his vision of tomorrow, the First was rejoined with the Source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes. Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die. And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity. Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
For the moment.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
I may have missed that. Are we traveling somewhere? Are they not in the town? Sharon boasts a number of resident districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available at the Penance, which is, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my introductions to their wares. Come along.
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here. Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough.
What do you know? Gil's universal.
Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter. Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you.
Oh, so we just, like, entered the tower. They just entered the tower at the excavation as well. What is that? Is that a phone?
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your homeworld. Avan Kerm Sin?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
My dear Feo paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task. This fine gentleman is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from his home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift? How wonderfully exciting! What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did! You've the heart of a pixie, you do. After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin. But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
Yes.
Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth I will be your isne fis, and you my snay yak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other. Raise your hand. Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
Mayhap a message to your friends in the Source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Don't do this to me. I have to pick? Probably Cryle. She has the... she would be more noticeable with the Aether shit. Here, send to Cryle.
Consider it done.
As you heard, that was Feo of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium. Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
Soldier package you can access delivery movables, market boards, and summoning bells while in the first. That has nothing to do with me, but I'm happy for all of you who needed that. There you are. I was just finalizing the matter of accommodation. The prayer room here at the Pendants for the duration of your stay to make use of as you see fit. When you're ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray, rest, and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in the Ocular Anon. I believe that covers all of the practical concerns. Your furniture may call Broford, you're denied. We are denied the comforting blankets of nights, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. How can you tell when it's night? Is my question. Pleasure to meet you, sir, and welcome to your new home at the Pendants. Room is ready if you're ready to retire. Sure. This is a room? You got a whole ass table and everything. Yes, but how do you know if your clocks are accurate? Hey, you.
I know you. You're the warrior of light from the source.
Warrior of darkness.
What? Did you just... You can hear me? Oh, gods, how long has it been? That was what I called myself in your world. The Warrior of Darkness. My real name is Ardbert. I used an alias in the source. A daft one, looking back. If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the source, and tried to loosen their goddamned ardor. I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia, how she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the First. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrant, Minfilia and my friends. They surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness. Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood?
Hundreds.
A 100 years. 100 long years. My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift. I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that?
Hey, I got pulled here. Don't give me that judgmental tone.
You were summoned to save the First. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end. Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light. But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
Alright. That was a scene that definitely needed voice acting. I would have been incredibly mad if that wasn't voice acted. Where you can give really great one-liners like that at the very end of that conversation.
Ah, how did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest?
Absolutely not. I did not unclothe at all, and I was just like I was just lying there in my heavy gear. I can imagine people like wear armor, or like they'll see that scene and it's just like, yep, full armor, lying down.
That is good to hear. Should you want for anything, pray let me know.
So those two choices dictate two different very responses, if I would say. Did we purposely hide information from him? And will that matter later? Is my question. Because it's a new expansion, I have to be cautious when I'm like looking at dialogue choices, because like as if they actually like put in the effort, they could do something with it. But for the past like three stories, it's never been used properly, and so it could happen here.
Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts.
You see, we entirely skipped over any like connection to the other ones. Like, we don't even tell him about the Warrior of Darkness. Oh, nice. We have
This map shows the lands of Norvrand, the only area to be spared the flood of light. The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland.
Okay.
To the north is the fairy kingdom of Il-Meg. That is where you'll find Urianger.
Fairy kingdom, okay.
To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest. Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty. As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium. Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness.
Ah, perfect for him.
For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armareng. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin-Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe.
where is Thancred?
So, will it be Calicia or Armoraine? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you've made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount.
He didn't mention Thancred.
Ah, but you must be wondering about Thancred. He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of sin-eaters. Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
And so the answer to where Thancred is fuck if I know. Okay. So I have to pick a twin. That's hilarious. Okay. A lot of choices today. Let's grab LSA. Ms. Bartoon, LSA would be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. She impressed upon me how agreeable the timing of her summoning was repeatedly. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness here. The letter of introduction addressed to a man named Khazard, the master of merchants' caravan. There are a few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at Amara launch and he will see that you reach your destination. I grabbed the own too. Now leave it alone. One at a time, folks. One at a time. Okay. No, it's upstairs, isn't it? All the way back. I am going up the stairs. Damn you, elevation. If you come looking for work, I might have a spot for the guard. Friend of the extract, hoping to meet someone Amara, are you? Then I shall be your guide. I was about to set off for our outpost there as a matter of fact, so we can leave right away, assuming you have everything you need. Alright, right now. Now travel to the Amaranga, speak with the Detroit Amara Tamer to fly to the desert. When you can also use your ether compass to assist with locations, locating other currents in the regions. The ether currents can be found under collection duty section of the main menu. Yay, ether currents!
Arang. From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Arang once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Armarang meant majestic land in the language of his people.
You know, I like this little tiny bit.
So it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
I think it's interesting to have the prior Warrior of Light in our heads like this. This is actually really cool. Not really in our heads, but like talking to us like a ghost. No matter how many times I come here, the heart never fails to catch me off guard. Don't be surprised when the Temperature drops at night, though. The sky is still bright, of course, but it gets brisk enough to make you shiver. Now the Exarch Slayer said I was to take you to the end of the journey's head, which is where let's say a friend of yours is staying, but that's a fair old distance, so I promise we make a stop in Mort Sock to break up the trek, allowing me to attend to some business so you can enjoy the local hospitality. Sound good? Good. Alright, you lots, I'm off, and I better not see the goods covered in sand when I get back. I like how it's sand, but it looks like there's... Is it like sand and like grass together? Right, so we head off straight to the narrow. There's weird texturing on the ground. It might be a combined sand and thing. Okay. Do I still have my compass equipped? I do. Where's the nearest one? 235 southwest. So this way. I should see it at some point. Yay, creatures. Done that shit. Did. Aldermont is the first. This is your visit to Almarang, is it not? Where you cross the River of Sands, you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. On what? Oh. Oh, what's this? The old architecture, probably. Built them big, didn't they? That Khazar Shara fortress meant to protect the northern reaches of Nabath Arang. Seeing what was left behind, I believe it when they say that it was once one of the Orban's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along, great chunks of Nabath Arang's lands were lost to the light. Its great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying. Most of them, anyway. No, not many chose to come here these days. Now with everything in ruins, even the hulking great fortress has become little more than a marrow roost for me and my caravan. But not everywhere is it deserted as this place. Just wait until you see Mord Suck. Let's press on, shall we? Northeast? Oh, it's right fucking there. I see it. I almost missed it. Aether currents are important, people. They'll take you places. Not really, but like, they'll allow you to fly later. Thank you. And for funsies, where's the next one? 855 West. So funny enough, I was expecting it to be a lot edgier, but I don't think we've reached the edge yet. It's just bright right now. It may have been okay that I didn't actually get my red mage ready for this. I will show off at the end of the stream, though. Here we are, Mortsuk. By the blessed shadow, I love this town. God, all this extra experience that shouldn't be going. Kassard stands at the entrance to Mortsuk, an eager smile on his face. Mortsuk is not just full of Mords, but Humies and all manner of others too. As long as it has long been a refuge for folks displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. Oh, have you met a Mord before? They might look like a shifty little blighters, but a more welcome lot you could never wish to meet. Speaking of which, we should pay our respects to Master Gengen. Now go ahead and let him know we've arrived. Oh, it's these guys. Hey, Richard. I haven't seen any Lullafels. I might be wrong about this, but are there Lullafels in the first world, or did they get wiped out? That would be sick as fuck to have an entire race wiped out by the flood. Okay. I mean, I still stand by. It's like, it would be hilarious if they like put like all the races on like a dartboard and they just threw one. It's like, all right, the flood killed this entire race. Moving on. It would just be hilarious if they did that. That book says all the little fellows are in the rich area. So this is a Mord.
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Mordsuk.
Oh, this one talks.
Souk is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang. You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too. Many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Mordsouk's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Mord dig up.
Yeah, yes it would, and it would have been funny if it was the Lawless with their short legs. Yes, it would. It also would have been hilarious if, like, if you played the race that was wiped out, and then everyone's just, like, reacting to you like you're fucking the most mysterious being in all the universe. What are you? Reflected in the dialogue to be hilarious. As I told you before, not many visits. Yes.
Aye, that they do. For Mord do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Maud philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
As the good Maud says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Verbert gold? Real Verbert gold?
Jesus Christ. That was good editing right there. Everyone just turning.
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
No, you want my goods, newcomer. I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here!
Come and look.
You buy?
That was fascinating.
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots. Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
Food. Perfect thing to buy. Now hold on. Does anyone have any good weapons? I guess I go talk to Run. Where's Run? Welcome to Run, traveler. I have wares to empty your purse and fill your belly. Take your time, stare and sniff before you choose, but no drooling on the merchandise, yes? Run's wares you may... R1 and X, what? Everlasting bounty, made best part of lizard, cured with specialty. Applies to some, find the smell challenging, but it's warm on day nights. Called mushloaf. The middle is stuffed with sweet cactus fruits, so even if the bread dries out, it's still moist inside. Keeps you going in the heat. Everyone's favorites, plump white worms. So, no, I will not be buying that. Viewers, a frog. I've decided I will be buying the meat. Which one to choose? I hope I picked the right one. I've forgotten the name. You have the gold? Yes, the singular gold piece. And yet, it somehow sounds like I'm eating cereal. Oh my, I've been poisoned. I think I'll share the rest. Invites us to feast. Let us give thanks for this great generosity and small appetite. Correct. I am pleased to accept your custom, and again, we'll be pleased that you honored us. Keeping the merchandise down, yes? No returns. Alright. As long as you can hear Broford, you honored our custom with great relish. You'll always be welcome in Morsuk. If you need anything in Almarang, we're here to provide. Tara is impressed by your gastronomic fortitude. You have courage, my friends. Ronron's wares are more exotic than harmful, but I don't envy you. But let you have on the morrow. Right now, what you've eaten, I expect you eager to get back on the road. Would you mind if we delayed our departure a touch? I have a few deals left to close before I can conclude my business here in the Morsuk. Oh, offering your services, are you? Well, an assistant would certainly help hurry things along. I have a receipt for some goods that need picking up from the market. All be paid for. You just need to do the lifting and carrying. I'll go check on some of the last minute haggling then. See you in a bit. May view the marker receipt at any time during the quest by using the relevant items. Why would I need to view it? Okay. Oh, that's why. Inventory. That'd be in this one. Relevant items. Use. Table cactus. Thon. Iron ore. Thul. Nabata rings. Mill. I have since forgotten every single one of those. Okay. There we go. At least it's glowing. Cured leather? Is this part of my thing? A hungry gunnery? Or things just glow. Who are you? Material supplier. Hard to find peoples. You. Bill? Are you part of the thing? I don't think he is. Rereading. Thul. Mill. More culinarian. Bender. Dinjin. Lacter. What the hell is this? Your handling concerns for border work, you put the wrong place. He has no outstanding of the shop. Creative ore. That might be it. Okay, I'm finding the items. There you go. Tool. Iron ore. Okay. Herbal remedies. Box of antiques. Table cactus. Nabath Orang antiques. What should I spend for you? guitar since. I wouldn't dream of selling as goods ever. Wasn't all packed boxes handled with care. Okay, there we go. Oh, I'll go up here just in case. Anybody up here? Down to that market. What am I looking for? Charcoal. What am I looking for again? God damn it. I am not in a good mindset at all. Okay. So we just need cactus. By Thon. Okay. So let me just look for cactus. There's leather. Cactus. Maybe up here? What is this? Chest of perishables. I don't think cactus is perishable. It could be. Oop, out of bounds. Looking around at the speed of sound. Lots of looking around. Oh, wait. Green? Oh, no cactus. Just foods. Where's the cacti? No. No. This leads out of town. Where are the cactus? Bill Mill? I talked to you already? Full of water. Culinarian, Marshall Supplier, Ron. Where is the cactus? Bone. One of them? Who's the person again? By Thonton. Where is Thonton? Going back and forth in this area, and I'm immediately getting pissed off because I keep backtracking and I don't want to keep doing that. Is it over here? As a guard. Till. I need Thonton. Thonton! Wait, there he is. Wait. Oh. Okay, that's not what you said on the thing, but I guess table cactus equals whatever that is. Okay. Let me run. Out of the entire market already. I rounded it 3 times. That's a lot. Alright, good luck. Good work. Sorry. Quick work, too, considering you've not set foot in this place before. I thought you wanted to sit in the city like the Ep.6. Something tells me you're not a stranger to visiting strange lands. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents something of a problem. I hoped to conclude all my business before you return, but it seems that there's been some confusion over one of the orders I placed. After dragging my middleman and sort this mess out, I'm sorry to make you sit around and twaddle your thumbs. It's hard. It feels like an age since I last saw you. What isn't the lovely Tisleen? It's been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This gentleman was on his way to meet Elise. I'm supposed to be taking him to your corner of the desert, but a misplaced order has commanded my attention. Well, I know who you are. Elise has told me so much about you. You're Broford, aren't you? I knew it. How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all the stories. I'm Tesleen. I worked as a cur at the inn. I've gotten to know Leslie quite well since she took up guard duty here. Oh no, oh no? What's oh no, oh no, Richard? Do you want me to take over as Broford's guide, Gassard? My shopping's all done and packed for the road, so it would be no trouble. That would be a great help, thank you. Well, looks like you'll be able to head straight to after all. My caravan and I will be in the area for a while. Yeah, and seek me out when you've had to fill your almarang, and I'll send you back to Crystallium. Celine is eager to help. Elise has been desperate to see you before, so let's get you to her sooner rather than later. It isn't too hard to find, really. You can actually see the top of the rock square from here. You just need to swing around the bridge, then head south. Come on, I'll get my supplies together and meet you outside. What is with the music? That quest completed music is quite... Oh, all set. I should probably mention the wildlife. Most of them will leave you be if you keep your distance. The local coyotes have learned to prey on folk heading home from the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. Do you think you can handle any beasts that try to make any meal of us? Yes. Although you might, Elise was always saying how much you, I mean, let's get going, shall we? Time to white mage the shit out of this. But don't worry, I'm level 70 and above. I have glare. I'm a combat mage now. 70 levels later. Oh, okay. I got used to a different combat style. Sorry, there wasn't much time to shout a warning. Were you bitten? Those things can be nasty. And yet, hardly as much match for you, it seems. I've always thought Leslie was strong, but in her mind, she was never... Now it makes sense. Well, we should push on. I might best if you scout ahead and clear out any cues you have our sense. Well, here so you can fight without any distractions. Well, that's concerning. What is this music? I like it. It would be hilarious if they actually hit each other. That would be amazing. I will say, the music goes hard for this expansion. Everything goes back. I could hear the howling and snarling from here. Frightful creatures. I told the rest of have seen your handwork and how to avoid us now. I need to get those supplies back to the inn. $577 south. Where's the next one? It's over there. That's it. Next to you, I didn't have to drop my shopping even once. Come to think of it, I'm glad I didn't make the trip alone. Seems you ended up escorting me. I'll have to repay you the favor somehow, but first, let's head inside, shall we? No? I was expecting buildings. Welcome to the inn at Journey's Hedge. You might be our first visitor from the extreme since Elsie arrived. I can see that. You don't even have buildings. You just have beds. Holy shit. It is that bad. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carriers. The afflicted? Oh wait, I missed it! I have some skill with healing! I could have picked an option that actually represents my class! I don't think I've met anyone besides Lily who was so familiar with their situation here. Most folk had grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I might leave out something obvious, so it may be best to have LSA give you the full explanation. Now, where is she? I think she might be on a patrol. You could wait, I suppose, but why not go out and surprise her? She usually takes a take a look at her things from the watchtower first, so you might be able to catch her from there. Not far. Head out to the south side, and you'll soon see it. I'll stay behind in case she comes back while you're gone. Okay. 247 south. Oh, that's a nice view. That must be the watchtower there. Oh god, I didn't see you. Jesus Christ. Oh, it's right there. Perfect. Part of me thinks I should stop using the compass and just wait to find them. How do I climb this thing? Oh. This is already been seen. You would spot fresh footprints on the ground. They look to be the right size. I should head out in a direction. Oh, those were mine that I was looking at. Well, time to go track her. What are these? Are those afflicted people? Gillman. Nope, I want more map. That's right. Give that to me. You know what? Let's get them all. I'm feeling dangerous. Man, these things are powerful here. Next time that Broford knowing Broford while he was alive, so sad that he fought and could think those. He thought he could take those monsters. Hey, a healer can tank, so long as we have the healing. I am enjoying that now that I'm level 70, I can like see a bunch of light spells opposed to like elemental spells. And I just enjoy the fact that I actually use light now. You know, like a white mage. A mage of light. Please go away, please go away. Oh god damn it. Look at all this light.
Get back here!
Is that... It can't be.
Oh, at least you're falling. Impressive.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner.
Well, I'm sorry. I sort of had to fight a war and time distortion.
How are you?
I got cockblocked into killing Xenos again. That's how I'm feeling.
We've fought them to a standstill then. The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where one would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen. which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the Flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the First tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects, but when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the Flood.
Why is this one still around?
Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether and triggering the birth of new monstrosities. They are creatures of base instinct that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason, which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
It's just a matter of time, more for some, less for others. Thus, patients will all become monsters in the end. And to add insult to injury, the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast out of society, and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served me well as training grounds. Nesline and the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters, which is knowledge I can now share with you while you help me finish my patrol, of course. Here's what we'll do. I'll take the east side of the inn and you clear the west. That way we have an indolent experience with the resident terrors. These marks on your map are where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume that any beast with a white hide or carapace is a Sin Eater, but you'll know for sure soon when they come slaving after your ether. Remember, it's kill or be killed with these monsters. Once you've slain whatever is prowling around out there, we can rendezvous back in the north entrance. Good hunting. Okay. Run! Okay, there's more out there. Yep. Lights. No, there's nothing here. Not fair. As I thought, there might be one or two lurking on the fringes, nothing out of the ordinary for this area. I expect you to notice it yourself, but individually, these lesser sins eaters are no more deadly than any natural predator you might encounter in the desert. When they appear in numbers, that they pose a threat. Much like the void sense, they have an unfortunately tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful sin eater goes on a hunt, it might be attended by a variation swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending on a village or a hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrols, to cull their ranks often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when the big ones come out to play, and you've currently helped out in the front. Let's report a victory, said Teslin. Shall we? I don't remember if I grabbed this thing. I'm gonna go here real quick. Did I grab this already? I did not. Grabbed. I think go over to this wall and unlock this. Please. Darn. As it tells me you helped out on her patrol, you have our thanks, and my apologies for leading you from one battle to another ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad to see the two of you found each other. You have no idea how badly I'll say I've missed your company. Everything is always, if Broford were here, he would. That's an exaggeration, and I don't sound like that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Broford's methods. Honestly, after seeing him in action, I can understand why. The way he leaps into the fray without hesitation, it really is something to behold. I might be a little bit myself. I'm I'm only teasing, though I no doubt he deserves all the admiration he gets, just as you do. And, yep. And I think that's where I'm going to call it for today. Looks like we found Elise, we made it to the New World. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting the story to get a bit darker, as I've been told that's what happens. It might get there, and when it does, I will be switching to Red Mage when it's ready. For now, I'm only level 63 with it, and hopefully it should be level 70 at the bare minimum next time around. I ended up getting the pre-order for the Dawn Trail, so I have this item right here to help with leveling, and eventually I'll get better gear once I get to level 70. But for now, we're white maging it up until things get darker. We're going to save the world from light. Ah, there's a contradiction there. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you tomorrow when I do my first Persona 3 game. Bye.